Hey family, friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about getting your passport, the importance of it. Even if you're not going to travel outside the United States, or you don't think you will, it's always a good idea to have a passport. Passport's good for 10 years. Go ahead and get it just in case. It's another form of identification too. Never a bad thing to have. It's always a good thing. Now to get that though, there are many ways. A lot of people are going to tell you, go to your post office. And they're right, except not every post office will do it for you. Some of them will do it for you, but they won't take your picture. You have to have a passport picture. And it's a very specific picture. Okay, it's 2 inches by 2 inches. Can't be of us partying in Dallas or anything like that. It's got a very specific background that you have to have done. So, what I'm telling you to do, I did mine at the courthouse. Does every courthouse do it? No. So find out. Make some phone calls. Walk into it. Walk into your courthouse or your post office. See if they do it. Okay. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do is download some forms. So when you Google getting your passport, it's going to tell you got to download DS-11 paperwork. Okay, it's 2 forms really. It's going to download 4, giving you some instructions. Don't make the mistake that I did. I made a couple of them actually. It has to be done in black ink. Why? I don't know why. I did mine in blue ink. It was dark blue. And the lady freaked. So I walked in. She goes, "No, it's got to be in black ink." I went, "Ah." Another thing that messed me up, when you start it, it asks you questions about yourself. Your last name, first name, middle name, if you have a middle name. So I already got that locked in my head. And then further down, it starts asking you questions about your parents. What's your parents' name? So I automatically put last name, first name. And then you look at it, you go, "Nah, I wanted the parents' first name first." I'm like, crumble up the paper, I gotta start over again. So take your time doing the paperwork correctly, okay? Do it in black ink. A lot of the information that they're going to ask about your parents, believe it or not, is on your birth certificate. It's going to say where your parents were born, the city, hopefully the date of birth. Some information you still might have to get for your parents or sister, brother, or something. But fill this out, okay? Then they're gonna put your passport picture right there, okay? Now you must bring valid driver's license. Now when I say valid, as you fill out this paper, it's going to ask you for your address, your driver's license. And a lot of us have done it, I know. You move and you don't update your driver's license. Update your driver's license. Make sure, because they're going to ask, they're going to look, make sure the address on your driver's license matches your address on your paperwork that you're turning in. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you got to bring your birth certificate. Get a couple extras, okay? And it can't be a copy of your birth certificate. And if you look at your birth certificate, the state seal, it's not just a picture, it's actually embedded into the paper. You can see the little dent marks that they made from the stamping on it. That is a legitimate birth certificate. They're going to want that, okay? Get a couple copies. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to take your birth certificate, okay? Don't worry. Then they're going to take pictures of your driver's license, but they're going to take your birth certificate with the paperwork that you filled out correctly in black ink. And then it costed me about $200. The reason I paid a little extra, they're behind right now. So we just sent in for April's. You can expedite it for an extra $60. Okay, so we're going to get it back, hers back in 6 to 9 weeks. Now the other thing on the top of it, look at this. It'll tell you, do you want a book, a card, passport card, or a large book? Which one? You got 3 choices. You can also get a book and a card. Now with the card, it's going to look like a driver's license, except it's going to say passport, passport card. Now the reason they made this card is it's a good reason. A lot of times you live on the border, either Canada, Mexico, or the Caribbean, or the Bahamas. Those are the places you can use the card. So a lot of times now that everyone's going digital, but when you see in the movies where they stamp your passport, and and that goes through the pages, okay? But if you live on the border, you might be going back and forth all the time with business, and that book's going to get full. So the nations came together and said, okay, we're going to develop a card so you can just flash the card, they can scan it, and then you can enter it out. But it's only good for those nations. The card is not good for international travel. Let me make sure I reiterate that. It is not good for international travel. So, really, get the book. The large book is just extra pages in here. Extra pages for you to stamp. It depends on how much you're going to be traveling. I just got the standard book. Now remember, your passport's good for 10 years. Now let's look at what's going to happen to me. We plan on moving overseas. I'm like, oh, what happens after 10 years? You got to come back to the U.S.? You got to get a new book? No. Once you have your passport, if you're living overseas, you can go to your embassy or your consulate to get your new one. And that's what we're going to do. Okay? But the importance, please get your passport. You know, if you live on the border, you might want to think about getting the book and the card. For me, just the book is fine with us. Okay? But get it. You're going to need it. Okay? Get it early. I don't like problems. I want to make sure if there's trouble getting her passport, I got time to make up for it and do whatever challenge I need to be done. But thanks a lot. Do me a favor. Hit that the thumbs up. It's right down there. Yeah. Not this one. Don't stay away. This one. Yeah. That one. If you can hit that for me, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate you be helping me out. Thanks guys for listening. Get that passport, okay? Get that passport. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.